now. Go, go, go.
Alright, hey, what's up, guys? Doing another cast. We just got finished up with one. We could not find another scrim to do, so we're gonna pull up this replay between Jokes on You and CWFC. Cats with Fur Coats. That's right, I remember now. I remember because that was just such a weird name. Anyway, yeah, so this is actually game 1. Rabbi actually casted the Scrim live game 2, but we're gonna go back since this was in our archive. Something to do. And and more importantly, it has me in it as a semi-decent torturer. I think this was like my first game after like 3 weeks of not playing at all, so no big plays probably. You know how it goes.
I'm educating someone on what Linux is.
Oh,
sorry.
Funny.
I'm slightly
That's
occupied.
Okay. Alright, so we got bans so far. Instaban.
And your fucking
Ophelia.
phone keeps going off.
Alright, bans Ophelia, Magnus, Rhapsody, Pharaoh, Hellbringer, Tempest. So everybody keeps banning Rhapsody because she's
broken.
And she still is, but it is interesting to note that even after S2 nerfed her and her full AoE, she can no longer do massive amount of pushing with her heal, and she is a little bit much less effective at healing allies. She's still constantly being banned. That is how overpowered a hero S2 made. Even after they nerfed her, it is still auto-banned. Something to throw out there.
Yeah, just saying that Dance Floor. Oh, it only heals creeps half now, but the heroes are still full. It's like, are you serious? You can get a 625 gold item called a Chalice, or if someone else even just gets a Ring of the Teacher, you have enough mana to infinitely support Dance Floors. Stupid. Just saying.
Yes. All right, so we had the first big torturer. Just something that's versatile.
Yeah. It's actually not that bad.
Some people are not a big fan of it. Like, I agree. Like, I'm not sure if I really like Torturer as a first pick, but he does at least have a little bit of versatility. At least you're not going something that locks you down into something. And counter picks, Parasite, D-Sham. Parasite. I can agree with Parasite being your 1-2 if you're second pick. Parasite, very strong hero. He makes some pretty big plays this game, and it shows how good Parasite really is. And then the Mented Shaman, just all around a great support hero. I can't remember what their lineup was, so I'm not really sure if they had any sort of plan, if they just figured D-Sham was a nice, safe pick.
I like D-Sham early, because you can run him as support, you can run him as solo, you can run him as carry even. A lot of people disagree with what I just said. Not necessarily a hard carry, but you get Staff the Master on him, and he does work. Like, it gives him HP, he can stay alive in fights, heal bomb more. That ult is just so powerful. I heard minus 30 armor and plus 30 armor is really strong. Technically, I should just say 15. I exaggerate, I know. And for those of you like, why 15? Well, it starts at 1 and ends at 30 over 30 seconds. Therefore, on average, it is a plus or minus 15 armor buff. I look at the game a lot differently than a lot of people do, so you'll hear me say a lot of crazy things like that. I like this early mage main pick. My nutsack just had a tickle. I'm just saying, like, it's like woo, like, woo,
Well, that's the way the Hunt's being played right now. Everybody loves Magebane. Magebane's like, oh my god, hey, Magebane's a great hero, and this was even before the whole melee buff. They nerfed Magebane but gave melee buffs. I'm not entirely sure what exactly. He does like less magic armor. He gives less magic armor or something like that. I can't
5
exactly
magic armor now instead of 35.
Yeah, exactly. So it was like a pretty big buff nerf to
Dude, have you seen Mantra though? Like, it's so dumb.
Yeah.
It's so just get one in a blink and max your third skill. I heard 85% mana burn. Not burn, but like mana damage to you if you can't. Like, if Pyro casts her ult, she kills herself. Literally, like, half of your HP is gone if you cast your ult as a Pyromancer. It is stupid. And, like, if anybody tries to get a spell off around him, you're just like, oh, I'm so slow! I I love Mage Bane, but then again, I've only called solo mid Mage Bane for 6 or 9 months, which I think we went in my other video. Am I right?
Yeah, we were talking about.
I'm the original Haunt hipster.
Hipster.
I call strats before they're cool. Just saying, and before heroes get buffed or nerfed.
And also that Cap is a god at making up names, because I gave you that name.
Yes,
right?
That's true. BT Dubs, War Beast is my next. The pushing power P-Box builds, because I've called P-Box for like 3 to 6 months now as a great item. Watch for the War Beast P-Box, or just P-Box in general. Chew's been doing it a lot, and I really like to see that. Kind of doing it on heroes that I don't really agree with it. Like, he did it on Pebbles the other day. I was like, I mean, P-Box is just good to have in general, but on Pebbles, whatevs. But watch for War Beast Jungles coming out soon, and P-Box on him, because it's just stupid. It's dumb.
Yeah.
Let's do picks real fast, and then I have another time filler, so hurry up.
All right, so pretty much we already got the Hellborn team: Nymphora, Magebane, and then, Torture. Those are the 3, and then now we've 4th, 5th, Electrician and Legionnaire. What something is nice about Magebane rounding out pick is that you throw Magebane out, and then the other team goes, great, we have 3 heroes to counter that, and then we in turn on the Hellborn side can go, okay, they picked these heroes to go up against Magebane. What's great against that? And we ended up picking up Electrician and Legionnaire. I remember I wasn't entirely agree with the picks, but basically you have 2 really tanky heroes against, all you have over there is Burst. And so we have some decent control, tanky heroes to kind of help support and support the mid game is really what the biggest thing was. Legionnaire getting the farm in the jungle, Electrician getting a solo, getting big, and just kind of taking over the mid game like Electrician does. And that was our hope, is to be Electrician, to be that sort of difference, to keep that mid game power that the Legion side has in order to give Magebane enough time to farm and come in really, really big. And then in exchange, CWFC went ahead, Parasite, Fade, Demented Shaman, Bubbles, and their final 5th pick was Drunken Master.
Love him.
And oh man, Drunken Master was just sort of, before this game, I sort of pictured him as just sort of a Woolsey cheese sort of hero, because he does massive amounts of physical damage and he's just absolutely insane. In fact, the perfect cheese combo for me with Drunken Master was Empath. At like level 11, you're doing like 300 damage a hit easily, and it was just hilarious. But I really just didn't view him as being that powerful. And this game definitely changes my opinion around a lot about Drunken Master. I thought he was a decent hero, but I thought he was just very situational, and I that is completely different now. I think he's much better than I gave him credit for.
So, I put a picture of cupcakes shaped like vaginas in the video at the start there during the hero pick screen. Just saying.
Lovely.
On top of that, I was not listening because I was busy on the Facebook, but I kind of caught a lot of the stuff. Yeah, Cap, your boss. I love you.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. So, anyways, I love Legionnaire. Great hero.
Lanes. This is where we're talking about lanes. We weren't really sure what we were going to do with lanes. We were going to... one thing I remember we were talking about early game, we were trying to decide our lanes, whether or not Electrician was going to be the whether or not he was going to be in the sacrificial lane. And the thing I argued was that Electrician without farm is absolutely nothing, whereas Torturer can actually come back. Torturer, yes, he's a squishy hero. He's going to get fucked with this game. You're talking about complete nukers, and even if he has farm, he can still get nuked down, especially with the initiation from Fade. It's not like you can just be like, I can grab a BKB and be good. No, they're still going to be able to jump on top of Torturer. So my argument was, Torturer, be the sacrificial lane, lane at bottom. He's going to get fucked with. Why not, just make sure that Electrician's strong enough and he can actually do things in game rather than just having, 2 squishy heroes, Electrician without farm and Torturer with farm. They're both squishy. So that was my argument for what we did. So we went ahead and ran Electrician mid and Torturer in the sacrifice lane at bottom.
Parasite, he's not on my screen.
Yeah, the Parasite went ahead and went into top jungle. So that's where he's at.
His dot disappears. It's not blue
Yep.
anymore. Anyways, I think the Mage Bane top was a good pick, expecting Bubbles to go top and their tri-lane to be, or their dual lane to be bottom plus their jungler. Because you also want to dodge that D-Sham. You never want to melee farming against D-Sham. That's just a pain.
Yes.
So I thought that was a really nice play on the lanes. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for you, but that's how I would have done it.
If you saw me at Tort, I didn't even go into lane at all in the beginning because that's what we expected. We expected Bubbles to be top, and they turned it around for us, which actually was a great for us in the end. Because that means Torturer can go against Bubbles, and he does great against Bubbles. Bubbles has to have a right click on take cover, and I had the luckiness to go against somebody who did not know that, and so he never had right click on take cover, so I was able to just spam agonizing bonds against him.
It's also not really great to right click it unless it's not bad, I guess. It could be worse. What I will say,
the thing is if you do it, you just have to make sure if you're a Torturer and the first time you try and do it and he uses take cover, then you always just have to make sure you attack him and then use it.
Exactly.
And it's hard as you have to have really good micro in order to do it properly.
Well, Bubbles can like if Bubbles has it on right click, then you can force the Bubbles out of lane, like you said, by just forcing an attack. I, in this lane, would probably just start building Ring of Regens and go into a Shaman's Headdress as soon as I could. Nice nuke right there, Cap. Well done. Did you get level 2 nuke? God, I love you. You're so good at this game, Cap. Like, you're just so brilliant.
Okay, before you hype me too much, like I did, this was a really mediocre game for me. And also, the new thing, leveling up Chain Reaction. I actually leveled up Impalement, it was actually, I don't know if I would still do it if I was in a still situation. Oh yeah, Action Top. Legionnaire just barely going to get out. Really nice block by Nymphora. Mikey doing a great job blocking off that Drunken Master. So that was a really great play by him. But Chain Reaction, the AoE now grows when you level it up. So that's something new that I didn't realize about Torture when I was playing the game. I haven't thought about it, whether or not I would have changed my build or not. But that was just something when I was I hit Q to go with stun. I was like, oh, what the fuck?
When people only leave the stun at level 1. I don't, even when the size was the same, it helps you farm to have the nuke. Is he going shield and pop? Okay, he's not going grip. A lot of Elex these days like to max grip because it's like 350 damage that they just can't avoid, and then you pop at the end and still do good work. I hate people that do this. This frustrates me. It's like either you max Impalement or you max the stun. You don't get both. That's so inefficient. Just max the 2 nukes and you can farm, or if you're looking to push, max your stun and your Impalement. And forget agonizing bonds.
See, I really disagree with that because as a Torturer, you may or may not reach that level where you're able to max out Impalement. Impalement, in my opinion, is just so incredibly important. So.
Oh, that mage. 2 things. Earlier I saw the D-Sham use a heal bomb to damage that Mage Bane, and right there, the Mage Bane dives in against the heal bomb. Bad plays. I don't like that Mage Bane. You're not doing what you need to be doing. Sorry to cut you off, but Mage Bane needs to realize you cannot be aggressive against the D-Sham. You have to try and passively farm the edge creeps. It's just very tough. Right now, if he can actually get up there and burn a little bit more mana, a good heal. Look at that, dude. You can't dive like that, Mage Bane. You have to expect that kind of shit. Sorry, that's just frustrating and poor play by the Mage Bane. And I don't even see Action Top. Eli comes to gank. Well done.
Haste.
Yeah.
Picking up the haste. Yeah.
What do you expect?
Rune advantage in middle with Electrician is so important.
Absolutely. What were you talking about again? I'm sorry to cut you off.
I was talking about the Impalement
build. Yeah.
Yes, maxing out agonizing bonds first and then going for Impalement. And my thing is Impalement being such an important skill. What's that?
Then don't get the stun.
Well, see, no, I disagree. The stun is so good. It's not as good. It's way less good now. Now that the AoE is so small, it's really, really hard to hit when it's only a level 1 now. But when it was big, it was an incredibly important stun. The duration, the stun amount, didn't go up, or if it did, it didn't go up very much.
No, they buffed him way too much when they did buff him. The stun was 2 seconds and max AoE at all levels. The only thing that used to increase was damage. That was fine to go level 1 stun then. The reason I like going max stun, max nuke is you can just push waves so quick and you power farm so well. So well, it's stupid. And by just taking out the waves as fast as you can, the wave itself will push the tower as opposed to needing your impalement. Yes, impalement will still push a little bit faster than that, but you can power farm a lot better and not miss a single CK. So I've always felt that it's better to go nuke and stun at this point in time with Torturer. That I can't stand people that get level 1 stun and then they max impalements. Like by level 5, or at 4, I can get kills with a level 2 stun and a level 2 nuke. At level 5, you still don't even have the same damage. Like, that level 1 impalement's worthless. It's a waste of a skill point early. And I like playing aggressive at level 4 and 5, but that's also my playstyle, because whereas you have a Sobi, or a Scarab, almost called the Sobi Mask, looks like Paw's going to come out. Whereas you have a Scarab, I'd be getting ring regens and just trading attack damage over and over and, abusing the fact that I get 2 HP a second. And then what mana I do have, I will use to power farm later, but I'll be focusing on getting mana later. But then again, yeah, I don't know. I don't like the Scarab pick up there on you, Cap. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, see, this is what I was doing. As my lane, I was forcing, I was trying really, really hard to, well, actually not really, really hard, because I actually had to play really cautious. I was trying to force both the farm, first of all, Scarab, instead of going, it's going to go into my Blood Chalice, which I will eventually get as a Torturer. But instead of...
By the way, let's resync. Our pause just ended?
Yeah,
right,
we're good. Yeah, anyway, so I needed the regen. It was going to go into an item I already needed, and it helps me push bubbles out of lane. And my idea was, especially since I'm getting impalement, if they do not try and gank me, I will push down the tower. Just with the simple fact that I'm going to be spamming bubbles out of lane, and I'm going to be putting pressure on the tower every single time my creeps go in there. So, the extra mana regen helps me do that so much more efficiently. And that means they have to put pressure on me rather than Mage Bane, rather than going on, Electrician. As you see, Parasite had to come bottom just because it wasn't working out. And total miss, by the way, there's massive lag going on right now. We just had massive lag going on for like the last minute or two. So any really bad plays,
Dubs, I heard if that was a level 3 stun,
like 3 seconds.
If that was level 3 stun, that might have done damage. That might have caught him. Just saying.
I don't think it would have caught him then. Like, it was just so off. It was because we're doing massive lag. That's what all the pauses are about. But yeah, that's my thing. And then on top of that, the whole impalement, going 1-4-4 is the thing that, as a Torturer, especially in this game, I did not see myself readily being able to hit level 14 when the time was important. If I maxed out stun, I wasn't going to be able to say, yes, I will be level 14 and have a maxed out impalement when it's important, when we're ready to push towers. So, that's why I think impalement is so important, because as a Torturer, you never know, hey, yes, I'm definitely going to hit that level. No. Sometimes, you won't make it, and you'll be a level 11, and people will be like, well, why don't you have impalement at all? And it's because you never hit those levels. You weren't able to max it yet.
I max my first 3 skills. I think by level 8, if you have both nukes maxed, like, it's awesome, and then I get impalement for pushing up until 12. And then
right.
Because you don't have the mana to support your ult anyways, so that's the thing. A solo Tort, he's going to hit level 8 no matter what. That's why I'm actually for the nukes. And, you're just so bad.
I died.
On
it was
lane.
lag. Like, I shouldn't have even
Name's
been in
getting
lane.
crushed.
It was purely because of lag. It was frustrating, but...
Why did Chunk get a Sobi Mask? Like, yo, dog, I want more mana, so Mage Bane does more damage to me. I don't know. Yeah. I don't like that. By the way, the fact that Legionnaire illusions spin, I think is really broken.
Yeah.
I think that's so dumb. That needs to be fixed. Sorry, I got bitches hitting me up on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
I do.
So,
I'm not
you're talking about Electrician.
He
just now got a level of grip, and it was because we knew that we weren't going to be able to do very much ganking. Electrician was going to be the one ganking, so as soon as he felt that he was ready to gank, he would get grip. So yeah, that's why he didn't max it out, because we needed him to be tanky against this team, and just getting 1 level when he was ready to gank, like as you saw with the haste and everything.
I don't know. I would like to have also seen the ult earlier. Like, whatevs. You know me. I like to win my lane. I got the ult anyways. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, just win your lane and you don't need to gank, and you die again. But that's okay.
And I knew I was going to die too. I remember calling. I was telling Legionnaire, come here.
This Legionnaire, that's actually a really good play right there.
Yes, yeah, he yeah.
That was
There was just some sort
good.
of miscommunication that he just didn't come to me when we knew that, what's his face? Fade was ganking. But Fade ganks, they're tough to deal with. But in the meanwhile, if Fade is ganking top, that means Electrician is supposed to gank top, bottom.
I know what you meant.
Fade's ganking bottom, Electrician ganks top, and that's what happens. We trade kills per lane. They ended up getting 2 kills at top. They got 2 kills at bottom.
See, right there, I would kill that Fade. If you had my build, I would have stunned her, nuked her, auto her, she would have died. Like, it's so good. It's so underrated. Like, kill her, Cap. Oh wait, you have Impalement.
Okay, see, I completely disagree with. Oh my goodness, that fucking stun! Jesus Christ! I forgot that stun just lasts so long. And no, I wouldn't have killed her. If you maxed it out, you still wouldn't have. Look, I'm only level 7. Even if I was level 8 at that point, I still wouldn't have done the 750
damage for 250 damage or 250 mana.
You had 750 health. You're only gonna do about 500 nuke damage. You're not gonna do an extra.
Stun, auto attack damage.
150.
You stun, auto forward, nuke. It's gonna pull him back, get a couple more auto forwards. And GG, baby.
Believe me. No, I know Torturer.
I know Torturer too. I played Leshrac all day in Dota, homie. All day. I land that level 1 stun, unlike your punk ass, and I did that shit in Dota on 250 ms delay. TY.
Oh no, this was worse than 250. Okay, I don't want to even hear that.
I believe you.
This was god awful. It was terrible.
I got bitches telling me RAR on the Facebook. I gotta be like, yo, homie. I'm figuring this shit out. Hang on.
Anyway, so Fade going top to gank, so important. They're going to take down this Mage Bane. The locking mechanism between Drunken Master and Fade, they just have a disable so long on Mage Bane, and a lot of nuking power is really, really important. They have a great team for ganking Mage Bane, and right now they're using it correctly. They've taken down Mage Bane how many times? Is it just once? Yeah, they've just taken him down once so far, but Fade is really strong right now. She hit her level 9, so that's the time that she's going to start ganking. So,
BT dubs. More important than Fade hitting 9 is Fade against Mage Bane. For those of you that don't know, Fade is a fantastic counter to a Mage Bane pick. Cap, do you know why?
Oh, absolutely. Mana burn, long stock, huge amount of nukes, and instant jumping mechanism. Okay, when you say mana burn, you don't have to worry about hitting that. What?
When you say mana burn, what do you mean?
Him mana burning Mage Bane.
How?
Also, AoE. Not take the shit from him.
Okay. What I'm getting at is the fact that Fade's illusion, like when you stun somebody, it makes an illusion that attacks them. That illusion mana burns Mage Bane himself. So Mage Bane will lose 256 mana on top of taking the stun.
Right, and Mage Bane's so mana dependent.
Exactly. Like, Fade stuns that bitch once, and he has no mana left. It's the most frustrating thing in the world to have a Fade gank you as Mage Bane, because, like, he'll gank you, and you'll try and blink away afterwards, and you're like, oh, wait a second, I have no fucking mana left. This hero is dumb. So I think that actually needs to be fixed. The illusion should not... That's like having an illusion proc, like a Savage Mace proc on you. It's dumb.
If you look at our team, like where we're at in our team right now, we have a solo farming Bubbles. We weren't really worried about that, but looking at where our team's at right now, we're grouped up between top and middle. We're getting our farm from the jungle and top and middle lanes, and that's what a lot of teams don't do. They do that poorly, is that they try and stretch their farm to all the lanes. Legionnaire is actually going to go down to Fade. Typical Fade ganks. Once he's level 9, he jumps on somebody. Mikey's tried to help him out there, which is not a terrible idea, but he's still going to go down. But watch what happens. They've blown everything. They've blown everything. And that's when we know, hey, we can take them on here. And so we go on 2v3. It was actually originally 2v3, Mage Bane coming in. So we traded 2 for 2, and then we're actually going to go on Fade here, easily catch him, easily. So we ended up trading 3 for 2 in an successful gank by the Legion team turned into poorly, all because of where our team was at. We're grouped up at top, so if they go on that, if they goes into the jungle and gets a gank, in the jungle, we can collide on them, just like we did there.
Sounds
and that's something that a lot of teams, they're so worried about getting that farm in all of the lanes, and they just don't. It's better against this sort of team to not try and stretch the farm and make that late game come early. Instead, just make sure that you stay safe and get a little bit of farm and make sure that your team stays safe and you're able to get those counter ganks in.
Well, TPing the tower is tough, I heard.
Yeah.
Yo, dog. Gotta be a little bit careful here. Yo, nice edict on those creeps. I heard if you had your nuke max, it'd be a lot better. Same with your stun. Sup?
Okay. I don't want to hear that anymore. Right. Obnoxious.
Slightly.
Obnoxious.
Courier? Is Courier gonna go down? Courier?
Yep. There was a big miscommunication.
Well, that's actually really good play by Fade.
Yeah.
Oh. Look at that!
We didn't go in. People were trying to save the courier, and other people were trying to save the courier, and we got the courier killed.
Whoa!
Trying to move.
How did he just get mana? How did MageMain just get mana to blink?
A mana ring from Electrician. He threw mana ring over the cliff.
That was
Good
crazy.
play by him.
Yeah. I'm blind.
Anyway, so pretty much big miscommunications turned into a really big loss for us. We lost quite a few heroes there for just really dumb reasons. Miscommunication about when we're going in.
Oh my God, bitches on Facebook.
Oh my goodness, just stop it. Just stop.
Wow, this bitch is like, come meet me at this bar and let's get food. And I'm like, yo, dog, I'm in the middle of a cast. You're going to have to wait about an hour. She's like, I want it now. I'm like, I don't care. You can fucking suck a dick. She's like,
Hey, alright, heard you. Parasite farming bottom. That's something that's really important. What they're doing right now is they're letting Parasite farm a lot. And it shows. Parasite with farm is actually incredibly powerful, especially against the sort of teams that they're up against.
Please tell me he goes Codex.
You'll see. No spoilers.
He
bro.
better
No
break
spoilers.
those phase boots and make the Brodex. Hey, taking a lot of damage. Like a
3-man gank.
J Cap is so bad. Whoa, is that a not demonic with the bulwark on him? Cools. Yo, push with that tower, homie G. That's where he doesn't have his ult. My bad. I think his ult's just like an dungeon soldier. Yeah, alright. So it's not actual damage. It's just spells. I still am a little hazy on the new heroes.
Yeah. So, yeah. You're talking about Drunken Master?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't really this.
I don't think
Drunken
really
Master, so he has that big old stun lockdown, which actually does a lot of extra physical damage. He also has Drink, and then the biggest thing about him is Stagger. And if he has Drunk charges on him, and he staggers, he gets an extra 80 movement speed and attack damage for 4 seconds. That means if he has drunk charges on him, a lot of drunk charges on him before he goes into a fight, he is incredibly fast constantly and does a lot of attack damage. And there's not a whole lot you can do about it until he's done with his drunk charges. Once he's done with that, he won't do very much damage. But when he does have it, he's incredibly powerful.
So, can I say that I thought that was kind of poor play at top, having the Legionnaire and the Mage Main sharing farm. I understand they wanted to shut that the DSham down, but I just did not feel as though that was a good use of Legionnaire. Like, he could be in the jungle farming while Mage Main farms that top defensively. He has Helm of Black Legion, Steam Boots, and Mystic Vestments, so he does not need to sit there.
Oh, my big torture play. We missed it. Oh, I got out of a Fade gank by going Steam Boots, Bracer, and Blood Chalice. survived long enough. Big time teleports. And then, in turn, we had Electrician Nymphora gank come in.
I heard...
So not only did I live from it, but we got a kill from it.
I heard HP
Mikey's
is good.
and Electrician doing a great play.
I heard HP is good on, like, every hero. Just saying.
Yep, pretty much. Oh, you just wait till you see my items. Fucking ridiculous. This game is so dumb.
Yo,
Hated it.
if you go Bracers, HP Booster, into Sackstone... Oh, he does get a Brodex. Oh, I love you. He's so good.
Yep. Going for the Codex.
It's a good build.
Pretty much all they need is pop. All they need is pop. They're just overwhelmingly going for pop, and there's not a whole lot we can do about it. They're actually jumping on the Legionnaire right now, which is kind of a really dangerous play. They're right in the middle of our jungle, so we're getting teleports in right now. Drunken Master's trying to take me down. Meanwhile, Mage Bane just trying to tear it up on everybody's mana, but not really killing anybody. There goes the Parasite. We get the stun on D-Sham. He's going to go down pretty easily. Yeah, so they just completely overextended there. They tried to get a gank in the forest, and with both tier 2 towers up for middle and top, it was very, very easy for us to all be there. Meanwhile, you had Orange, not Orange, Fade not being there. Fade was not in that fight at all. So, really, really silly play by them. 4-man ganking a jungle so far in, and just turned out very poorly for them.
Overextension in positional items as opposed to tank and spank items is... I hate those mistakes. Yo, get that phone away from the headset. I'm gonna punch you. Yeah, it's... Brrrr, I'm gonna fucking...
That's not me.
Ears.
Well, I'm not doing anything.
Well, my phone's not going off. Why are you such a nerd?
My phone's not going off.
Are you sure? Is it someone else's phone nearby?
No, I don't know. I just threw my girlfriend's phone away, so
Nice.
maybe it was her phone.
You gotta man up, be like, bitch, this shit is unacceptable. Yeah. Eli, what are you doing? Oh, he doesn't have pop. I was like, what is he doing? He's good, though. So, Mage Bane, next item, Manta. Is he gonna go the Geobane to push?
If I remember correctly, he doesn't go that. I think he goes pure survivability. Because that's
okay.
He had to do it. He's just so fucked this game. Anyway, he just barely lives. Bubbles just almost kills him, leaves him with like 5 health. Meanwhile, we're trying to go on Drunken Master, which is a pretty bad idea. We really overextend here. We should not have gone forward. I don't know what we were thinking there, but we just... That was a really poor play by us. We only lose a Torturer, though. No? Maybe? M4 is actually getting chased on. He's going to go... Yep, M4 goes down. And, yeah. That should have been... That's why I split down. I went bottom. I was like, wow, that was a really dumb play. Why did we go that way? And I went bottom, and you see, they went on me, and that should have been the only... I should have been the only person that died. Everybody should have just backed straight out from there. But, everybody wants to help everybody, and then, sometimes you just have to be selfish and save yourself.
And it looks like Elag trying to bottle. He's gonna get...
Go shield!
Uh-oh. Does he have ring? No, he doesn't have ring for that Mage Bane. GTFO Mage Bane, what are you doing?
Yeah, Mage Bane being a little silly. Silly goose.
Silly goose.
Look at this bubble. He's like determined to get
the
the
Electrician.
Electrician.
This impalement is really strong on that Torture. It just picks up a kill.
Alright. Oh.
Is that Duskspin? Is that legit Duskspin?
No, he was just ringing for them, I think, at one point in time. I don't know if he's ever actually been on part of their team, but I know he isn't now, so I have no idea. But yeah, Nymphora dead, easily. Hey, Fate ganks, I can go anywhere on the map. But Electrician, every single time Electrician is somewhere, Fate goes somewhere, Electrician...
That stun was max, it would have hit.
Either needs to counter... It did hit.
No, it didn't. It was short.
Yeah, it did.
I'll rewind the fucking replay. What?
I got the kill!
It's because you nuked.
Nope.
D-Sham multi! Taunt. Drunken Master. Getting crushed. This Elag's coming out big, by the way.
Yeah. See, that's the whole point of Electrician, is when you go against another ganker, you're either ganking the same time he is ganking, or, you're ganking the same time he is ganking, but you're ganking the same place he is ganking, or you're going to the opposite area. He goes bottom, you go top. Either that or you gank bottom with him.
So, what do you think about a Legionnaire that doesn't get a portal key? Just curious. Do you think like if he spends all that on HP and defensive items, like a bulwark,
in this point, yes. In this game, it is good solely because we are the ones getting jumped on, and there isn't a whole lot you can do about it. Fade is a great hero to jump on people. He can walk, cliff walk, he can do tree walk, he can do whatever, so it's very, very hard to keep him down.
Sorry to correct you, but...
Oh, really? You can't?
He can't cliff walk anymore.
Okay. Well, I thought he did when I was playing this game, so that was my thought. And but he could tree walk, as you can see. Mage Bane gets jumped on. So either you constantly have to have counter wards and vision up, and even then, you have to have counter wards up. You can't, constantly be blowing dust and think, oh, maybe Fade's here, blow dust. Oh, maybe Fade's here, blow dust. No, that just doesn't work.
But
so it's very, very hard to keep him down. So you're getting jumped on, so everybody needs survivability. You can't just plan on being able to jump in on somebody.
So would you think P-Box maybe on the Legionnaire, or on the Torturer, or on the Elec? Ideally, of course, people would say on Elec, but Elec might want to get some other items. Legionnaire, tanking up a whole lot is great and all, but it's kind of going to limit his mobility in general without having that portal key.
Yeah, somebody should have grabbed a P-Box. Somebody should already be going for a P-Box. I don't remember if anybody does.
I think it should have been.
I mean, eventually somebody does, but right now somebody should be going for it. Yeah.
Also,
so Legionnaire going P-Box, that's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah. Real fast. One thing I noticed: why this kind of frustrates me. People, I want to commentate on the action. We do see Drunken Master taking a lot of damage. Good deny coming out from ES3. That's well done. Eli coming in, gonna do some pop. Mage Bane, why do I hear a weird attack? A lot of action going off. Legion picks up a kill on, of course, the Capitalist. This kid's so bad. Legionnaire comes in, nice ult. Cape does not work on Axe ult. That needs to be fixed.
Homicidal! Fabulous!
Such a broken mechanic.
Where's my beer?
And Drunken Master probably getting stunned right here. Oh
no! See, that's the power of Drunken Master. Look at him go. He is faster than Legionnaire charging him. Oh, well, he will be once he.
Doesn't Legionnaire hit max move speed? There he goes. I gotta get me some foods.
I'm hungry too. Right. I ended up finding bubbles, but this is just, again, a really big overplay. When you're playing against this sort of team, pop team, you just can't make these sort of overplays. Why you're chasing after a Drunken Master that, even if you do catch him, will probably still be alive. You can't make those sort of plays. You're trading maybe getting a kill on one person in exchange for,
turn on that bubbles.
Oh, this is actually a great play. He gets the kill on Bubbles. Bubbles feeding away kills. In that situation, Bubbles, you don't need to be there. Why? And he tries to get S2. We're all calling it back. Get S2. But it doesn't work out. Of course, that would be too silly. He was trying to cliff lock all the way up. He was trying to go up, but that didn't work.
I had the sickest juke the other day. Hammer Pyro chained me. I was mid something, I don't remember. But of course I go in mid Legion side and I go to the lane and I know the Hammer because it's stun, it's long CD. If he comes in to try and attack me, I'm gonna move up that cliff, and sure enough, the Pyro, I can just see it in the Pyro's face, even though of course the animations in the face don't exist. He's like, Hammer, don't try and attack that guy. Just let me hit him from the range, from back, kind of in tower range. But I was 2 or 3 hits from dead. And I can just see it in the Pyro's face and just hear the kid on vent yelling at his Hammer teammate, no! Fucking guy tried to chase me and I just boop right up the cliff. I was like, peace out, homie. Yes, S2 is amazing at times.
Yeah. Like the fact that, okay, I can understand the concept of what they're doing there, yes. That is a decent idea, but when it doesn't actually work half the time, when you blink into the tree somewhere, get on some sort of cliff, and it doesn't actually work, that is the most frustrating thing. Yes, sometimes, I can understand sacrificing. Oh, okay, well, occasionally dumb things will happen, like being on the cliff walk when, a hero traps you. But when it, if I'm sacrificing that for never having to get stuck, I can deal with that. But when I still get stuck sometimes, that just makes me rage so hard.
Alright. So, that's an amazing farm for Lego right there.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all playing really, really defensive. We're playing as a team. We're farming as a team. It doesn't really work well, but when you have a Mage Bane who is a much stronger carry than anybody on their team, who is also farming a side lane because he's perfectly safe most of the time, it makes sense for us to be 4 like this.
Yeah, that's the power of the Vanguard, and all you have to do is TP to the second tower and you're good to go. Fade coming in onto that Cap. Cap, you're going to go down right here. Legionnaire Silence, can't really taunt. I don't think he even has it. Needs to charge somebody here. Wow, didn't really work. Hero Slayer coming in though, getting a kill, and Disham is going to go down. Elec and Mage Bane, 2 carries for this Hellborn team doing work. Stun needs to come out, although Elec's pretty low on mana right now. There it is. Mage Bane needs to be a little bit careful. Drunken Master is going to go ahead and negate that damage chance by that Helm of the Black Legion due to the fact that he has the level 1 Shield Breaker. And Mage Bane Intreads. Oh, nice try. Needed Intreads a little bit sooner. Could have blinked away.
See, that's what I'm talking about. With Drunken Master. Drunken Master is a great counter to Mage Bane, and it's because all throughout the mid game and even into the late game, he's able to not only lock down Mage Bane, which is so important. Being able to crowd control Mage Bane is huge. He does massive amounts of physical damage, which is great to go up against a Mage Bane. And then on top of that, he can actually keep up with a Mage Bane who's blinking away. When he grabs Phase Boost, when he has when he has Drunken Charges and he's constantly staggering, he can keep up with a Mage Bane because he has a pseudo blink and much faster movement speed. So he's actually able to not only keep counter a Mage Bane, but keep up with him, and it is just a really big counter, and I hope to see it in more games after this, seeing as Mage Bane is sort of flavor of the month right now.
So, let me ask you your opinion on this. I heard 68 damage and -2 armor is really fucking imbalanced for 2,500 gold. Do you agree? I think Shield Breaker level 1 is fucking dumb. Like, dumb, and I promise you no one understands the 68 damage. Alright. Pause the replay, think about it for a little bit, and then be like, oh, that's genius. If you figure it out, you get nothing but a pat on the back. And here is your answer. In 3, 2, Fade's ganking. I'm going to wait. Don't pause. Fade. Going to have to back off. Alright, it's because Vanguard is a 70% chance to block 40 damage, meaning you block 28 damage a hit, essentially. That's not exact, but it's a quick way of looking at it. Shield Breaker level 1 is 40 damage, plus the 28 damage that you're supposed to negate from Helm of the Black Legion that you don't negate. Makes it 68 damage, and -2 armor. Action mid, though. Ooh, nice Shiva's caught, coming out from Elec. Orb coming in from Bubbles. Needs to throw... Oh, the ult's already used. And GG right there. Elec goes down. Tort's going to go down. Axe comes in. Not going to be doing enough there. Mage Bane. He does get the mantle. But he's going to go down.
Again, that's what I'm talking about there, when sometimes you just have to be selfish, because we were actually calling right there. We were calling, don't go in middle, you're going to get ganked. And Electrician, just being, a farmed Electrician, thinking that he was going to be able to take it. And you can't really blame him. 32 minutes in with the items that he has, he should be able to think, yeah, I can take these guys. But actually against their team, he, as you saw, he actually got popped. An Electrician got popped at 32 minutes in with the items that he has, because their team composition is so well dealing with, tanky heroes and just being able to pop them very, very quickly. And I should have just backed up there. I knew that he was going to get ganked, and I still tried to come in and help him, and so did the rest of the team. I went in, together we got caught because Electrician got caught, etc. And which then in turn the rest of the team got caught. And next thing you know, there's a genocide because one person gets caught and the rest of the team jumps off the cliff with him. Just save yourself, cut your losses. There is such a thing.
Bitches.
And look at Electrician go. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Yo, I actually really like the Shiva's pickup on that Elec this game. Disham is physical, Drunken's physical. Like, it's a good amount of their damage.
Yeah, exactly. Again, Electrician completely overextending. Again, thinking he's a bit stronger than he actually is, and almost dying because of it. But he's able to get out. But yeah, if you look at Parasite's items, he's got Codex 4. Fade over there has Codex 5 now. then you have all the massive amounts of minus and physical damage that Drunken Master puts out with both Soul's Bulwark and
Tell that bitch in the
Shield
background to
Breaker.
shut the fuck up. I'm kidding.
I know, right?
I love Melissa. Tell her I said hi, by the way.
I will do that.
Alright.
But yes, with what you're talking about, Shieldbreaker level 1, especially with the introduction of Soul's Bulwark, yes, retarded.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's so dumb. Like, Vanguard, I was telling people the other day, I'm like, my Armadon is not going to go Helm of the Black Legion anymore. I'm going to go bring myself, like, health pots, mana pots, shit like that. I'll get the HP booster, but, ooh, fade, invis. I'll get to my build, but no joke, I'm going to go armor boots and HP booster a lot now. I don't think he's going to kill that guy. Kid's got a shaman. Ooh! Oh! He's out of there. Get the GTFO.
Yeah, again, Legionnaire should not have been caught. We knew they were gonna gank, and they actually run all the way into our base like this. Magebane was calling. He said he just needed a little bit of farm, and Legionnaire got caught. And they actually went all the way into our base with it, because that's how far ahead that they are right now with their team composition. 35 minutes in, that's golden for them. They're hitting their Codex 5s,
Yeah, they're hitting Codex 5 at good times. I'd also say the Astrolabe
we
plus
shouldn't have tried to
D-Sham.
save Legionnaire.
Astrolabe plus D-Sham plus Drunken beefy plus Parasite beefy, and their ability to get in and pop and get out with bubbles and a bunch of Codexes. Like, they're strong, like you said. If the fight is prolonged, though, as long as D-Sham's dead, you're gonna win it. So, I would argue, do what you guys can to get in, kill a D-Sham, and then, after that, Magebane and Elec should be fine. But it's tough to
it's
do
just
against
frustrating though,
LCC.
because we're trading. If you kill D-Sham, if you kill a Bubbles, chances are, of course they're going to kill Torturer, because as you've seen, they're targeting Torturer. Fade jumping on him a lot, and then Nymphora as well. So we're already trading those two, and on top of that, probably going to trade one other person, maybe. But yeah, that's what we just had to do, and just hope that Magebane was able to put out the damage that he can do with geometers and in these team fights. But really, we just had to turtle up, thinking that Drunken Master was not going to be as strong as he was, but he actually really was, and he actually gets caught here. He pops Drunken and just fights. He just pops Drunken and tries to fight 5-on-1 pretty much, and he's actually, look at him go. That is the speed that Drunken Master is able to do. He just pops his ultimate and runs away. And that's how insane that Drunken Master can be when used correctly.
You have a great.
And now we keep on chasing, and Fade's gonna come behind and get a pick somehow. Maybe not. Oh, here goes. There goes the Nymphora. Just instantly. Didn't even need the other nuke.
Oh, but he may get caught right here with no mana. He's not gonna be able to get out. Yo, Cap, I heard you need intreads for that stun. No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I just gotta give you shit at every chance I get.
Yeah, I know.
It's because I love you, homie. Something else I was going to talk about. Whenever I see bracers or null talismans or wraith bands, which are bracelets, what are null talismans? What are nulls in this? Marksman of Exile or something?
Yeah, something like that.
And then Soulscream rings. When I see those basic items and they're not going to get turned into an Energizer, an Astrolabe, or an Arcane Ring, makes me really mad, because you're much better off just getting a power supply. So my question to you is, why do you have two bracers instead of one of them just being a fully upgraded mana battery?
Because, see there, I'm going to ward because we really need to Kongor. That's sort of remember what I was talking about, where you have to think about it and go, is it worth it to get this warded? And that was one of those times where I thought, yes, it's worth it, because we're going to do Kongor. We really need vision there, and it turned out they knew we were going to Kongor, and we totally got fucked in the ass, pretty much. But going back to that.
Hey, some dudes like that, alright? If certain gay guys looking at us, he's like, wait, that's a good thing. I'm just saying, we need to be aware that we may have homosexuals watching.
Fine. Rape in the ass. There. Homosexuals not okay with rape.
Yeah, they're probably not.
There we go.
They're definitely not okay with that.
Okay. Anyway, going back to that, yes, normally, absolutely, power supply and torture, 100%, yes, it's great. For me, though, no, not this game, solely because Fade and Parasite.
Yeah, but I mean...
Parasite
60
jumping
less
on me with a
HP.
silence, I wasn't, I was going to either get popped by Fade or popped by Parasite, and the biggest thing was, am I going to be able to actually pop Power Supply before I die? And especially with Fade, I said no, that's probably not a chance, so I just went with the extra bracer. I was actually going to go Astrolabe, just solely because I was like, well, I'm pretty much support Torturer now at this point in the game.
I don't know. See, I disagree. I really think that the 60 HP is negligible, but having that power supply for extra mana and HP over time, in case you're not the one that they go directly on, is worth it. I think that, yes, if Fade can pop you from full to dead, that 60 HP, like, you're never really going to get out with 60 HP if you're already a little bit behind. Your moves will be probably less than whoever's ganking you and or chasing you, so I just really feel the power supply, like, instead of 2 bracers, one of those should be a power supply and the other one should be turned into a mech. And it's like when I watch these agility carries get 2 Soul Scream rings, I cry to myself. I'm like, why don't you have an Iron Shield, because it's the same amount of agi, and then 10 damage a hit blocked, or 20 if you're melee. Excuse me. And a power supply, which is 3 less agi, but it's all the mana and health you could ever fucking want. Nice take cover there by the bubbles. Holy shit, that was well done.
Yeah, that was a really good play by him.
Anyways, I don't know if that makes sense or not.
No, I understand what you're talking about, and I still disagree because like I said, I got those bracers, early, and I knew I needed that HP, and it actually worked out well. Like, when Fade ganked me, I was actually able to get out with just a minimal amount of HP because I knew, I was like, okay,
but the
looking at my
you're
health,
off
I just
stun,
need that little bit more.
The second you're off stun, though, that power supply, all you need is 4 charges, and it's more health. And
well, exactly, though, but you're never actually going to be able to get it against a Fade, though, because he hits the stun, and then he hits the Codex. He hits the Codex, and
yeah, but that power supply,
you
you get that at like 5-6 minutes. It's not going to have Codex until probably 13-14 minutes at best, usually the 17 to 18, maybe 20-minute mark. I just think that if you had a mana battery early, especially against that Bubbles, turn it into a power supply relatively early, that because... Like, I know for a fact that they're going to blow at least 2 or 3 spells. You probably have 1 or 2 charges at least left over. And it's just in other times as well, when you're not the one they're popping, power supplies, especially on a Torturer who needs HP and mana throughout fights, it's so huge. I just strongly disagree with that second bracer pickup. I think it should have been a power supply. I understand your point with that 60 base HP. Oh, well, there's action right now. Bubbles doing work, everybody doing work. I'll just watch the fight. Fun times. That Manta on Mage Mane is so strong. Axe picking up a kill with a Decapitate. Mage Mane's sitting in there doing work. Legion team down 2 heroes right now. And things are not looking good. That's a 3rd kill for the Hellborn team.
The biggest thing about this fight was Drunken Master chasing around Torturer. I just picked up a Void Talisman, so he actually ended up chasing me around for about 3 seconds, and that is so big for so much missed time for Drunken Master to not be doing anything. And unfortunately, Mikey's just canceling his TP, trying to help save the Mage Bane, but Fade's still getting in there, still getting a kill on the Mage Bane. But a great job by them. Mikey's having his wards up. Great job by him.
Yeah, that's really well done. I got more bitches hitting me up. That's 2 tonight. I feel special or something.
Boy. You're so cool.
I am. I'm really not. The first one's like a closed-minded bitch, and the second one is she's not ugly. She's actually kind of cute. But her personality kind of makes her ugly, you know what I'm saying?
Anyway, back to Han.
Who cares about Han? My personal life is far more entertaining. Oh,
so pretty much we get a genocide, and we just push out middle lane here, just pretty much to push it out and get what farm that we can, and then on the way back we take neutrals, we take that sort of thing. As you can see, Legionnaires taking their ancients. I'm gonna go back to our ancients. But pretty much we just pushed out middle because we've taken down the rack, so that just gives us that little extra buffer zone, and then we take farm on our way back throughout the map. We just push forward and then take farm away, and that's really important because we don't need to push right now. We just need to get as much farm as we can because 44 minutes, time is ticking for them. Unfortunately, Drunken Master being as powerful as he is, it wasn't actually that big of a deal. Like, Drunken Master is incredibly powerful right now, and very, very scary, and he actually was much more of a late-game hero than I think any of us really expected. But still, the sentiment still holds, just pushing it to late game.
Well, my question, or not question, oh, sorry, I was Facebooking. The GR kids would be like, God damn it, stop Facebooking, Rabbi.
I would do it.
I'm a little tired, as I'm sure you can tell my casting. But what I was going to say earlier for my time filler, I have a friend that's a stripper, and she's like, whoever the fuck thought it was funny to make jokes about throwing quarters at strippers, I want to find them and throw quarters at their faces, because this shit hurts. I guess she had quarters thrown at her while she was on the pole. That's just kind of funny to me. Missed taunt by Axe there. Nuke goes out. I don't like these capes for damage, by the way. What do you think of them? Their D-Champ's been doing that a lot.
Yeah, in the beginning, yes, you can do it. It's helpful to an extent, but, now it's just kind of silly. But, Torture, sacrificing himself, picking up a Bound-Eye, finally giving it to somebody who had dropped something. I believe it was, Legionnaire finally dropped something. Big old play on Bubbles. They instantly pop Bubbles, and then Drunken Master tried to go in, and just the Drunken Master positioning so important there. They had a separated Bubbles, and Drunken Master was doing absolutely nothing. So we're able to pop one hero, while Drunken Master is doing absolutely nothing. Unfortunately, they were able to pop the Mage Bane solely because of codexes, and nukes. But yeah. So now we just get the Jace on.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that they were able to kill that Mage Bane so fast is just amazing.
Yeah, it was very unexpected.
BT does.
Oh, and here we go. Nymphora ulti. Now we're looking for him. We know we're somewhere around here, and oh, I found him.
GG.
Sucks to be you, Parasite.
Cap, just so you know, your girlfriend loves you. Smiley face.
Okay.
That's on the Facebook. So yeah, the time filler of the stripper having quarters thrown at her was really funny to me.
Yeah.
Because she'll never see this, I'll go ahead and say it. I'm not streaming, am I? No, I'm just local recording. That bitch is ugly. Oh my god. Ugliest stripper I know. I don't even know how. I'm just saying. Dude, I can show you. It's like dog beast material. I'm rating that shit at like a 2.5 out of 10. Yeah, we gotta get the jokes up in this shit. Come on now. You gotta be laughing. I mean, like, Rabbi is too good at this game.
Yes. You get a life as well.
Shut the fuck up.
Judging trippers. Alright, so Electrician picking apart. Yeah, so our Legionnaire, instead of going, remember you were talking about, he went to a Soul's Bulwark to counter the other Soul's Bulwark. And then in exchange, our Mage Bane, after going Geos, yeah, look at him. He's got Abyssal and Might of Blade. I'm not really a big fan of that Abyssal, but...
I disagree. I think Abyssal is great physical armor. The mana, I mean, the lifesteal's great, so you can save an orb for something else. But considering he's probably Shrunken Head Butterfly, Vlads is a bad call. Like, you need that if you have an orb already ready to go. If you're going to sell that Vanguard and get, like, a Satanic on top of it or some shit, that'd be great to have the Vlads, or, whatever orb you're going to get, or attack modifier in this game, excuse me. But the Vlads, and then the Ogre Axe tells me Shrunken Head. Well, you may go Frostwolf with it. But if you go Shrunken Head, Butterfly is the last item you would get, because it's super amounts of damage and attack speed and armor and shit, but then you don't have an attack modifier, so... The Vlads is a bit of a waste, but the armor from it is nice.
Yeah, 5 armor.
I honestly, if you wanted lifesteal, I would have gone Satanic because he just needs HP.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's all
so
he needed was.
Come to think of it, yeah, you're probably right. The Vlads may not have been the best call. It's just never really bad on that hero. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean,
that Ogre Axe makes it bad.
Absolutely.
is I guess what I'm
But
trying
yeah,
to
they're
say.
pushing our base. Mage Bane teleports in. That's the thing about Mage Bane. You can just push and push and push, and then when a team fight happens, like right now, he comes in and he just does the work that Mage Bane does while top is pushing. Torturer going in right in the middle, being ballsy with that Void Talisman, and then we win the fight from there, and it's just cleanup crew from there on out. It doesn't matter how little Mage Bane health Mage Bane has, he's still able to just get this chase on, and because he didn't die, so incredibly important that he didn't die, using the ulti there to stop DCM TP, very nice.
GG,
but yes, if Mage Bane had died there, completely different fight. But the fact that he didn't, and also the fact that Drunken just keeps being chasing around. Oh my goodness, I almost get raped. Drunken Master just destroying my health. Unbelievable. What a dick.
Well, all I know is that Manta Mage Bane Mana Burn is the lame source. Just click him, yeah.
But yeah, and from then on out, Nymphora teleports being so important. So top was pushed out while, we were able to defend bottom, which is, the power of these sort of side carries. They're able to push a side lane like this and push,
Anybody with an
and
escape
then be back
mechanism
in
in
time for
Manta
team
is
fight.
just so strong.
Yeah.
Agi escape mechanism Manta. That's why fucking Morphling is so strong in Dota. You just take it late game and it's like, LOL, even if you can out carry me, I'm going to out push you and force you into 4v5s. Yeah, that's the power of having. And even like if a Valkyrie or a Hag gets really buffed, they can do the same shit. They just sit there farming a side lane, blinking off to the side. When you try and gank them, and then the other lane gets pushed, and you're just rotating your whole team around because that Hag can kill 2 or 3 of your players. It's just, nice heal bomb.
Mage Bane being a little silly. He's like, I'm gonna go kill someone, and everybody's like, no, if you die, we're screwed. Do not go in. Because he didn't have enough gold for buyback. He has 2,000 right now. If he dies, he won't have enough for a buyback. And yes, we're really, really nervous there, because, 2 racks down is very, incredibly hard to come back from.
Most
all you
people
have to do is
consider it
sit
a
at the
game
other side.
anyways. I don't. I agree with you. I think it's just very difficult to come back from, but
Yeah.
it can be done. It's just very effing hard.
As you see, Legionnaire with the eye is just sticking around Mage Bane. That's something that's really, really important,
And
because
look,
we
he goes
know
Ice Sword.
the
so
biggest
the
thing
Ogrex
is Fade. And watch what happens. They catch the Fade who's trying to gank Mage Bane, and that's just huge right there. Because Fade setting up a kill, trying to kill Mage Bane by herself, is not only doing that, but also setting up a potential gank with Drunken Master, and so that means they both get caught. So Bound Eye and Legionnaire babysitting a Mage Bane farming is game, pretty much.
Yeah, neither of them have buyback. That's game. I mean, it's not game, but that's a Rax, if not 2. If it's 2, then it's game. But you guys should take that Rax, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's game in the sense that now we have, we're on the teetering edge of having the advantage. Now we definitely have the advantage, because it doesn't matter if we lose this next Rax, we should take middle Rax. So instead of, being 2 Rax down, we're only going to be 1 Rax down if we lose a team fight and lose bottom Rax. So, in fact, we actually don't take.
I was gonna say.
We're just setting up to make sure that we actually get a good gank in. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, that was kind of miscommunication. I would have just Congored or Rax, not.
Yeah, I did. That's right. I remember we were trying to decide between Kongor or Rax, and the thing is, if you take Rax immediately while people are down, sometimes you get kills, which they should have just backed off. They knew they were losing Rax. They should have just said, "F it, we lose Rax, just play back."
Yep. If you cannot defend, do not sit there, because either you're not going to defend, or you're not going to defend and die. The worst thing you could do is what they did. Is let yourself die and not defend.
So instead of just us being able to take middle Rax and then backing up to Kongor, which was the original plan, and now because they lost heroes and it's no longer a 5-on-5 fight, we're just going to end the game right here and just push through the Rax. And taking down this drunken master. What a fucking boss! Jesus Christ.
Anyways,
So huge.
the Vlads is a good pickup because he used the Ogre Axe to go Frostwolf Skull. And now his last item is going to be probably Butterfly. And then, of course, you could put Helmet Like Legion in a Demonic, but...
Yeah, no, well, see, the thing that I said in-game when, we were talking about it is the fact that Vlad, it's a good item on Magebane, but the crucial moments where we needed Magebane to have the most survivability, that, having Vlads or having, a better survivability, that could have been, game-changing, pretty much. That could have been that one moment where he died because he didn't have quite enough health, and we lose the game.
And the thing is Ice Sword's only going to be like 300 HP. So I don't mind the Vlads because the armor you get off of it is a lot. Like, it's enough to... If you have...
it's 5 armor.
The problem is they had codexes and magic damage. That's why HP was important.
Yeah, exactly.
But either way, it was well done. I like how you guys, really drew the game out, let the Magebane farm. I was going to say that you guys probably start having an advantage around the 45 to 50 minute mark based on standard farm procedures, like standard GPMs, and, it took you 55 minutes because you lost the racks and were kind of behind early game, which is understandable.
Yeah, it was basically all centered around the fact that we didn't expect Drunken Master to be as much of his carry as he was. We did not expect him to be that good of a late game carry, and so that pushed us back, pushed our timeline back, farther than it should have gone. But yeah, now we know. Now we know that Drunken Master is actually a really great counter to Magebane.
I still think Fade's the best.
Respect.
Well,
yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna burn.
If you're going to go
banana,
for a
like,
counter, and you go, who's going to go up against Magebane in this sort of push and mid-game sort of deal, Drunken Master is really great because, he's obviously great early, mid-game, and then he also has the potential to go up against Magebane in that late game. He's not going to win late game, but, he actually, can
you don't
put
need
up
to take it late
an
game.
actual fight.
You need to win mid-game against the Magebane because you're not going to win against a fucking blinking Manta-style hero that does 400 damage a hit when he's max.
Right.
Like, you're just not going to. Oh, they just lost. Yeah. Game's over. Well done.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the game sort of drug on here, but yeah, Rift Shards,
It's a scrim.
Drunken plus Demonic, Guildbreaker. Yeah.
I give up in scrims if I get first blood. I'm just like, game's over. G, done. It's a scrim. It doesn't mean shit. JKs.
Yeah.
But
Right, like I lost lane.
I give up
lost
it.
game.
Yeah, right? Except I never lose my lane. Oh. I do every now and then. It's rare.
Look at Magebane go. He's like, I'm gonna go in and destroy everyone.
I hear buybacks are fun. Oh, wait a second.
Exactly, and we're like, whoa, the game's not over yet. Jesus. Like I know. Oh, Doombringer. That's right. We had Doombringer on somebody, right? Yeah, we had Doombringer on Electrician.
Oh, what an awful item.
And yet somehow Legionnaire gets all the kills. How does that happen?
Nice. Any final words?
No, not really.
Alright, well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Sorry I'm a little tired and a little out of it right now for this cast, but did what I could.
The constant Facebook.
The constant Facebook. Like, why is this taskbar on the bottom up? What is he doing? He's talking about strippers having quarters thrown at them. This is bullshit. Dude, she works at, like, the ghetto shitty strip club, too, and she's so fugly. And let's just end on that note. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. This has been another Professional Cybernetics TV cast. And, yeah, I'm out. So, thanks for tuning in. Cap.
Bye.